Doom TikTok.
How else do you
Actually,
experience TikTok?
I've kind of been doing the same with it.
I eat because I'm bored. What if I TikTok? No longer bored, cannot eat.
Yes, very good. Complete understanding. Have a good day, you degenerate.
I mean, it sounds like a good way to lose weight.
Yeah, lose the weight, have the laugh. Ha ha ha! Less stress in life. Ha ha ha! Cry inside.
Pat pat.
But only inside your heart.
Only inside. Ha 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 ha.
I love how Dusty's name is Mad Bat Dead.
Yes,
Is the Mad Bat dead?
the Mad Bat is dead.
No. How did Dusty die?
Well, first he fought a god.
Well, that'll do it.
However,
He didn't.
then mid-session he just sort of exploded into power and hit them for 427 damage in a round.
That doesn't explain how he died, because that's news to me.
He will see.
Oh, are you killing him off in the epilogue?
We shall see. I haven't gotten a reply from Nova. I haven't gotten.
Are you guys like at the end game?
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
with next session is our epilogue. Next session is
That's awesome.
Second campaign that we've played through from beginning to end.
I mean, also bats don't live as long as most.
Also, what?
Listen, if you kill God, you become God. That's how this works.
Well, he wasn't the one who directly did it.
He just bitch slapped God.
Which God?
The Fury. The Fury. But it turns out they weren't actually a god, they were just posing as one. They were some super powerful lich.
Ah, Talos. Gotcha. I like how no one's gonna comment on that.
No, I'm gonna let that sit there and you're gonna think about it.
I'm not gonna think about it. I know exactly what I said.
Then everyone else can think about it and shame you.
I didn't even understood the reference.
Talos.
You don't Skyrim?
I never played Skyrim.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
How
I
could
know.
you not play Skyrim? It's on everything.
It's on your calculator, it's on your fridge.
You can play it on the microwave. You can play it on the Nokia.
The sad part is, one of those that you mentioned actually is.
Yes, it is.
Can I actually play it on the Nokia?
No, it's you can play it on your fridge.
That is a thing.
That
Oh my
is
God.
actually a thing.
Oh my god.
You can also play it with an Alexa device.
Oh my. Interesting.
Play Skyrim. Buy Skyrim. It's not. Todd Howard will live as long as one copy of Skyrim exists.
We gotta kill all the copies then.
Skyrim
Just
is just...
Alexa, download Skyrim. Alexa, mod Skyrim. Alexa, play Skyrim and die.
At this point, Skyrim is just the world's greatest Horcrux.
A wise decision.
So it is.
That was a good timing. What you may call it?
Yeah.
Sound effect.
A wise decision. Make Skyrim a Horcrux. Yes.
Abuela. ¿Podría pasarme una cuchara? Going on over there. Why are you
What?
grumbling? Why are you grumbling?
I don't know, I'm getting in character.
Ah. Okay, that makes sense.
Like I've been playing my character as kind of probably younger than he should be.
I think so. I think so too.
Sorry, Chobin. Apparently, we managed to activate his ALEXA,
Oh.
and she's
Oh, that's
trying to
beautiful.
play
That's
Skyrim.
amazing.
Mine responds to computer, and so I was listening to a streamer friend of mine, and he was talking about his computer and just going on, and I wasn't even paying attention, and I had my speakers on, and suddenly my Alexa's like, "I'm sorry, I can't find that on Amazon Shopping." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
So you just name it something like Hal. No one ever says that out loud.
Inconceivable.
Except that she only responds to particular names.
Oh.
I believe that it varies from device to device, but there is Alexa, Amazon, computer,
Siri?
Echo is one that she'll respond to, depending on the device. Like, unless the device is actually an Echo device, you can't have her respond to that there. Like, I've got a Fire tablet that that won't respond to Echo.
So what you're saying is there's no male Alexa. Like I can't be like, Philbert!
No, there isn't.
Damn it.
How unfortunate.
Oh, Jeeves! Alfred, get the Batmobile.
I like this music.
I like your music.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I know you haven't made me. Amidst the sound of silence.
And then suddenly you discover that he actually has made music, and now you're obligated to like it.
I'm not obligated to do anything. I can lie.
Okay, fair enough.
You forget my main profession is bard.
He's not wrong.
I've got a pretty good deception rule.
So, I'm curious what we'll be doing today.
We were in the sewers. That's what I remember.
We were in the sewers, and I'm pretty sure we wrapped that up. And there was a guy who was waiting for us once we were
Oh,
done.
right. The strange figure.
Correct.
Yes, the strange figure who identified himself as the as the client of the hit against us.
No. He just called you here for a meeting. You were supposed to wait at the gate.
Our happy asses went in, though someone was expecting us.
Yeah, no, we were very much expected.
Yeah, but even if we didn't go in, we still would have been ambushed or attacked by the bandits because, you know...
Yeah, it would have just been on the street instead, probably.
It could have just been that our meeting was compromised by a third party.
That's the most logical conclusion.
I blame the Demir.
So, who would like to begin?
Not me.
You're the DM. Of course, we do have the host of the stream itself, Mr. Rosin.
I mean, who would like to engage with this figure first, since combat is over and there's only you and him now?
Well, first off, hello everybody, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Guild Tales Dungeons and Dragons. I will turn it over now to Raharu for the recap. Or did I do you last time? I don't remember.
No, you didn't do me last time.
Okay, then go for it.
Okay, well, last time a little group of people that barely know each other met up together again for another job. We were supposed to meet somebody, but the person didn't show up, so we decided to investigate the sewers ourselves, and we got ambushed. And after that, we had a big round of combat, and now everybody else is dead.
Concise enough.
And now we're actually meeting our client, or at least we think so.
Yeah, Graham will walk up to him and be like, "So, want to explain why a bunch of thugs tried to kill us?"
Well, probably because that's what I was contacting you to deal with. These thugs have been a bit notorious in certain circles for wiping out fresher recruits.
So, want to explain why they were looking for us specifically, and you were having our meeting right next to their apparent hideout?
Well, I thought I'd get here faster, honestly, but I was waylaid.
That
Let's see. What do I roll to see if he's telling the truth?
Isn't there like insight?
I think
Yes.
it's insight.
Insight.
Yes. I rolled a 13, Digi.
I'm dumb.
He seems genuine enough. You can't
Sorry.
pin anything on him yet. But he does do a quick cast and stops as he... Moriarty, would you like to click your character?
Yeah, I forgot that Fantasy Grounds is kind of needed to play this, so I'm opening it now.
See, I was wondering why you were still not in here. I was wondering.
such a bizarre thing to forget.
Yeah, I mean, there are other role plays I do where we just don't even use like a thing.
My
It's
hamster
just,
is getting antsy.
camera
Weary
only.
adventurers,
Oh, okay,
let
fair
us
enough.
adventure.
Oh,
Hey.
influence. Already.
Just getting an update. Join the campaign. Razim.
Sorry about that. Had to step away for a moment.
Oh no, it's perfectly fine.
There was not actually any influence.
Oh?
Oh.
I heard the sound, so I
Yeah,
assumed.
because Karma decided to play it.
How dare you? How dare you incorrectly use the influence sound?
Anyway,
Shame.
Pray, would you also like to make an insight roll once you get in Fantasy Grounds?
Certainly.
That is a
Why specifically me?
Your background may give you a little additional insight on this.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
I'm surprised insight isn't one of my proficiencies. Oh, that was so close to being a 20.
He
Graham,
seemed
Graham is still a little suspicious that this man is like, let's have this meeting right in front of this bandits hideout that they're clearly coming after you.
he seems familiar to you, Cray, but you can't quite place where. He seems like one of your parents' work associates, maybe.
Well, there's no need to worry about it. You called us here to get paid for work, and we've done the work, regardless of if we've met or not. I
Well,
assume you have the payment available.
you were given it as a down payment for accepting the mission because it was dangerous, were you not?
I thought we were only given a percentage.
Oh,
Only a fool would give the full payment up front.
I somehow missed it,
Smart
but we
enough.
did get the donation goal.
What? Already?
Yeah, it happened during like us talking about things.
Goodness me. Okay.
Remember, it happened specifically when I said that Skyrim was just the greatest Horcrux ever made.
Oh my god, I thought that was a follow.
Nope, that was the donation goal.
Ah, I see. Okay.
No, wait, actually, I think you might be right, because it's a wise decision, and I don't think that that's a donation sound.
Oh,
so
no,
you might
it's
be
not.
right.
So yeah, for some reason the alert did not play.
Okay.
All right. Boy,
I've
only
been
people are
playing
that
with this-
generous to me.
I've been playing in the stream long enough to be able to discern the sounds for particular donations.
Anyway. You would be correct. I wanted to alert you to my next follow-up mission. This is a chained quest, and if it shook you up too much, I'd let you go with no strings attached.
I'm not shaken. I was just surprised at the ambush. That's all.
Yeah, I'm still a little confused why the meeting happened in front of the people's base who we were supposed to be dealing with.
Well, the intention was they would be home, and we would charge in after them. Anyway, he says, brushing Graham aside and walking over to a barrel, tapping the lid. You're aware of their contents, yes?
Uh-huh.
All right, now look at them again, and thoroughly this time.
For the clarification of the individuals here who may be less perceptive, was this simply a test of ability, or is this more of a continued task against an individual group of people?
This is, well, unfortunately beneath the guild's general notice, but partially me venting frustration on the lack of response in general.
A personal endeavor.
To an extent, yes.
Curious. And as you're aware, I am part of the Azuria Senate, even if only as a librarian. I doubt that there's going to be many illegalities involved.
None too many. You were recommended to me by someone else.
None too many implies some. And need I remind you, there is a Boros among us.
Well, certainly, a Boros who will help me clean up injustices in the Boros area.
Of course.
Therefore,
Okay.
inversely, I see no issue.
Graham looks at Crane and is like, yeah, you should know that they're a little less concerned with the actual letter of the law and more concerned about with the quote-unquote spirit of the law. Or justice?
He just looks over to Graham
Nim's
and just
currently.
softly places hands on his knees, bends down a little bit. I'm a librarian. I know a lot of things. And then stands back up straight.
Yes, yes. Anyway,
Do I have to hit you again?
Listen,
librarian?
I literally spent the back end of our first session explaining to all of y'all all of these freaking guilds.
yes, you did.
It was great.
And
highly
therefore,
I mean, in
appreciated.
character, I was only explaining it to Nim, but exposition for everyone.
Everyone.
Hi, Millie.
all right. For clarification, then, for the library, I did not have any information on any of you because I didn't really consider how much it would matter. You're a group that did a mission for someone else and was recommended to me when I said I'd need a small task force that was probably reckless enough to just charge in and kill before alarms could be raised. I was pointed to you.
Alarms?
By who?
He clearly knows the bartender.
I just didn't think that the bartender would recommend it us. Also,
Well,
these people were very clearly after us. They mentioned Nim, although they did call him a dumb dog instead of a wolf.
Oh, I think it was
well,
damn dog, but
well, here's how it went. The innkeeper is the one who told me I know some people who can die, but are probably solid enough for your work. One way or another, something good will happen, were his words.
I'm gonna have to.
And this man, and this is a Boros barkeeper. What a terrible Boros.
I am going to have to report this person. This
Well, I mean, I'd prefer you didn't.
Why would you have to report him?
he basically gave a recommendation with the expectation that we will die from it.
There are many Boros who gain their jobs with the exposition that they will very well die from it.
No, but he was hoping that he sent us in here knowing that we were inexperienced and hoping we would die. Although there was the off chance that we would survive, which is why he's an asshole and a terrible Boros.
The last I checked, there were no laws against opinions that went against the law.
They're about justice, not the actual law, though. Well, then again, I do suppose he was kind of robbed.
I wouldn't be surprised if in some way, shape, or form he also outranked you, no offense.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You talk like I care about what the rank of a Boros is.
You assume I was talking to you, Rabbit.
Yeah, I do believe he was talking to me. And you're probably correct in that regard.
Well, you lived, and haha to him.
That'll show him.
Yeah. So, I suppose that being the case, and I suppose it's my own fault for not amending his submission. Inside these barrels are, as you can imagine, fresher recruits than you to the various guilds. Probably, maybe just a few weeks into the guild, not really having merited any significant achievement or any worthwhile contribution, so when they stopped showing up, it didn't really turn any heads.
Why would those bandits just keep the corpses inside the barrels? Why wouldn't they dispose of them?
No.
Very,
These are recent.
it's very likely that the
Also,
men we
why
killed
were
were
these again? I still haven't heard an answer to why these people were expecting us here.
That I can't rightly tell you, except that what was it?
Graham's
Yes, I sent
glare
a call.
slowly intensifies.
I did send a calling card.
What? Also, what were you gonna say, sir? I actually don't know your name.
Yes. He pulls back his hood and reveals a brownish kobold, Morath.
Oh, he's a short fella.
He is.
You say your name was Morath?
Yes.
Hmm. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to meet you too. Well, now that I've properly taken you on, whom are you lot?
Well, would Nim have found any food or no?
There's cheese, like sort of oldish cheese, and slightly stale bread.
I need to
And
ask
he'd leave
this
it
because this
behind.
is important. No, this is important. Is it a cheese wheel or is it a cheese slice?
It is a slice.
Okay, it's not important then.
Yeah. So Nim will leave all that behind and have come over, possibly about this time, and just pipe up, "I'm Nim."
Rule.
Oh, I just said
I
my name's
am-
Nim.
Right, just Nim then.
Yeah. Well, Nim
All right.
Otar
It is fairly
Bone
obvious.
Chomp,
I'm
if you
Graham.
want the full name.
Guys,
I mean, sure, lay it on me.
I just gave it.
Yes. And I assume you're friends with each other? What is this?
I like the bird guy.
We were just called here, and we just happened to have met each other once before.
It is
Yep.
a traveling companion of which has held some usefulness previously.
we met each other on a quest that we seem to have randomly taken together.
We're basically strangers.
What does
He
it matter
clapped
to
his
you how
hands
we know each
together and
other?
goes, "Wonderful. I have a storybook cast of little bits of everywhere then."
I prefer you not say it like that.
Also, I didn't introduce myself. I am Elamin.
Does the librarian not like the literary
Graham,
reference?
you literally just interrupted Element.
Yes.
I am Elamin and just a paladin trainee.
That's fine. I have no issues with any of you. However, about that calling card. Yes. Perhaps my bad, but it riled them up enough to make sure that I knew they'd all be here, instead of little bits here and there that I'd have to go and pick off myself after finding them again.
Also, that's why they were expecting us. It was the calling card.
Well,
They weren't expecting.
no,
us.
I only told them that I would be after them. Why they were expecting you lot specifically, I'm not sure.
Maybe they weren't.
No?
Maybe they just realized somebody had intruded into their hideout, and they were trying to kill us because of that.
No, because remember they specifically said they were specifically wondering where the damn dog was. There's only one person so far that I know of that has referred to Nim as that damn dog so far.
And you're saying this out loud, Graham? You're saying this?
He's saying that other people were calling Nim the damn dog.
He's saying
But
that
yes,
out
he is
loud,
saying
yes.
this out loud.
All right. So
Wait. There is only one person that has called our wolf companion a dog, isn't it? Did you guys hear what I said?
yes, we did. Anyone who cares to roll insight once more for your client, because
Alright.
he seems a little quieter after he hears that. Oh,
God damn it.
Damn it. I am completely clueless.
Prey and Nim. He seems a little angry once he starts connecting the dots and thinking, did that innkeeper double book me? Did he send my mission submission to these brigands? To these
Prey approaches the kobold, giving him a look and cocking his head slightly. You're definitely not Demir, are you?
No, I'm not.
You wouldn't be so surprised by something like that.
No. I'm just a little surprised that he takes this so personally when this was coming out of my pocket, because I don't like having my resources lost. In a mission where I'm supposed to stop people killing new recruits, sending the new recruits to die again.
If that innkeeper actually send the information to those brigands, so that means he was actually trying to kill us.
That may be the case.
Again, I'm feeling kind of slighted here in that we should visit this innkeeper.
Well,
the only issue presented is that we don't have any proper evidence.
That is, yeah, I was thinking.
Hang on, Graham is gonna search the body of the brigands for quote unquote if they had anything like orders or anything identifying like that, because Graham is assuming that these people are not exactly geniuses.
All right, roll perception.
Alright. Let's see. Why rolls?
Element is actually going to help you with that. What are you looking for? Perception?
Yep.
Yes, perception.
I mean, since he's looking over dead bodies, it may not be a very high roll.
Damn it.
Yeah, no, it's not. They don't exactly have any secret pockets on them, but there is a hastily written note on the one that took the initial charge, saying there are some fresh recruits that are going to be poking around your hideout.
Graham will be
They're
like,
going to be loaded. Make sure that damn dog doesn't get out. Make sure.
Yeah, Graham is going to be like, I think this is proof enough about this.
Not quite, but
Come on, he's the only other person who knew we specifically were going to be here. And he's specifically referring to Nim.
Don't worry,
Wait,
my
who's
Celestian
referring
friend.
to me?
The innkeeper that kept calling you a dog instead of a wolf.
Sorry, what were you saying, Moriarty? I mean,
That's not my name.
sorry.
While this in and of itself is not evidence enough, I know a way to make it so.
Oh,
We can certainly pay him another visit, and perhaps I can get him to write another contract.
are you gonna be?
Wait,
comparing-
wait, real quick. Don't you still have your a contract or a copy of yours? You're a
was likely-
librarian. You probably don't throw anything away like that.
Yes, no, I do still have it, though it's at my house.
Okay, then all we have to do is go to your house.
Yes, but I do believe...
Unfortunately, that's just a scratched note, and his is a legal document. They're not
Yes.
quite comparable, but I believe his plan was to have the innkeeper write another hit. A more
All right.
official one.
Write something else and compare the handwriting. That
I was-
alone would probably be well enough.
I was thinking the same thing, actually. That
But
would be a
in
good
the
idea. honestly.
meantime, we have more immediate work, I believe.
He was actually you weren't actually the only person he was sort of friendly to, so I think it'd be a good idea.
Yes, very good.
Mhm.
So then, to the tavern, I take it?
I thought we had
I'd
another
rather-
job.
I did, but I'd rather not have a mole in my circle. I'd rather have trustworthy acquaintances rather
Not
than
Demir, but you like to
Fifty
speak like
cents.
one. It's very interesting.
What guild are you with?
that. I'll keep to myself. Thank you. Now. We don't go around flashing our badges.
Maybe you don't.
I wear the Borosillo proudly.
I want to roll perception to see if he has any. What kind of? I would assume that I'd be able to pick out at least if my roll is good enough. I might be able to pick
Yes.
out
Identify the
some obvious. God, why? Why?
I'm gonna be
rolls?
honest. I'm gonna be honest. This is more probably of an insight roll than a perception check.
Yeah, probably. Try it again.
Damn.
was
God, I saw that 19.
yeah.
I mean,
The dice are hating upon me this night.
what about me? Nope.
No,
Now you
no,
know.
he's ambiguous.
Hmm.
Now you know how I was feeling last game.
Are there any less personal questions you might have in mind?
I actually have another idea. I would like to try and, I would assume that I'd have a pretty good understanding of everybody else's smells, and maybe drawing from that and giving him a sniff, I can figure out where he's from.
This is a big city.
Well,
There's
yes.
10 districts.
Okay.
It is basically like a city that spans like almost the entire world.
Also, if you're going to try to identify someone by their smell to what guild they're in, it's a little bit racist.
I mean, if this person smells like they come from the same place as another, we can at least infer a little bit of where they might actually be from. That was the idea.
Well,
I
you know
mean,
what?
And that
You
is
were Cray explained to you the types of guilds, so you might be so depending on if he's like there are a few guilds that might have some telltale signs of if he's from them.
Unless this guy smells like death, which even then there's multiple guilds that could be. There really shouldn't be any red flags because again, this is a city, and
Yes.
keep in mind, even though we're in like the borough section of the city, all of the guilds are here and interacting with each other. Like you could be a Simic, and your next door neighbor could be a Selesnya, and then the guy 2 rows down could be a Rakdos.
everyone is here. Da, na, 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 na.
Well,
Exactly.
if Nim rolls high, maybe he can get something. However, are you just walking off and like pressing your nose against him, or like sniffing from a distance? These are important
I mean,
details.
Just
Nim
get right
has
in the
no
butt. Get right in the butt.
Nim has no problem. He doesn't go for the butt, but he does come up close, sniffing curiously.
Oh, come on, that's a dog thing to sniff the butt.
Yes, but I'm not a dog.
I'm sorry, Wolf. Well, it's a canine thing. I should say, not just specifically dogs. It's a canine thing. It goes for wolves too.
You catch the smell of salt and something else that burns your nose a little bit.
Sulfur.
Why were you running with a bandage?
Because he's sniffing at his dog.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a dog.
For the same reason that I get advantage if I'm just trying to hear people.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
For the same reason I get advantage because I'm awesome.
Well, I'm glad you dropped that one, though.
Can I help you?
Just curious.
All right. Are you hungry then?
Oh, I'm
I don't
always
exactly
hungry.
have food on me, but
I'm always hungry.
I see. Well, there are some street vendors outside on the street, probably. Not too far away, I'd imagine. I'm pretty sure they have some kebabs or something, meat skewers.
Before we get too distracted, there is, of course, the discussion to be made about payment of dealing with this move of yours.
Of course. I'll be seeking out other dens of them to try and find the connections between them, because ambushing guild recruits, even fresh ones, in these numbers is not something that someone can just pull off so easily. You have to know their patrol routes and such.
Yeah, Grandma's gonna be like, I'm really surprised the Selesnya didn't take this a lot more seriously. If they're, assuming any of these are from them.
It is curious, isn't it?
They tend to react poorly whenever their fellows are attacked or slighted.
Well, I'm assuming none have escaped so far to report, and my report is, well, from only one source, they can dismiss it easily enough.
Hmm.
So about that payment.
Yes. Your initial... Yes, go on.
Assuming we do find this individual barkeeper guilty of crimes, what is your bounty, per se? Because that is what this is, after all.
Well, this is quite the thorn, yes. So, I'll offer you 100 gold down payment if you can take care of it yourself and cleanly and legally.
100.
That is a very lucrative offer.
Well, I prefer a healthy working relationship with my new companions.
Very generous of you, good sir.
This, of course, will be split amongst you.
That's still a lot.
Well, I am by no means a poor man.
Hmm.
Still
I-
think our first order of business should be to visit our barkeeper friend.
Yes,
that
that's
Seems like
what
a
we're
great
discussing.
lead.
It's what we're discussing currently.
yeah. That is actually what we're talking about right now, Graham.
There's an
However,
individual.
before you do that, I would like you to finish off the first mission. I'd like a tally of the current losses by these individuals. So I'd like you to assist me in digging through these barrels and finding how many members were lost and see if we can't get some identifications for them.
That will be no problem.
I'd like to
Graham
make
will-
sure that my inclinations are incorrect. I'd like to make sure.
Graham would be like, so, real quick, do you have any idea why they're stuffing them into barrels?
Well, my understanding is they transport them out to a disposal site from the barrels, or while carrying the barrels.
I guess these recruits must have been so fresh that they didn't have time to do it. That is that poor unfortunate souls.
Yes.
I'm glad we didn't join them.
I am also.
Death bears with it a certain sanctity. I would like to abstain from disturbing the dead.
Of course.
I agree with you, but I do believe that these dead bodies deserve a proper burial. So I'll gladly help.
By the way, I've tracked the wagons. They, unsurprisingly, lead to the Golgari.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so nothing too suspicious from there. However, I ambushed one of the supply wagons myself, or these transport wagons myself. The rest had just general garbage, so their general route is bring by with a garbage wagon. They come out, load these corpse barrels onto with anonymous garbage, and it goes to the Golgari. That's about as much as I've pieced together so far.
Sounds above board, if, not for the dead bodies.
That's it. I mean, that's just the thing. I've had someone else watch the barrels. They don't go anywhere. They sit with the garbage until they're processed like garbage.
Real quick, how do you write Golgari?
Golgari.
Thank you.
So it seems the bodies themselves aren't used for anything nefarious that I can tell. I could put more investigation into it, but I'm just one person who can hire other people now and then.
So, if I'm not mistaken, our current, if we deal with this bartender, we'll get 100 gold each. I'm not
No.
each, for to split between us.
Yes.
Yes.
I wanted to pay him a visit anyways. Being paid for it sounds like a double.
Yes. Consider this an apology mission for the trouble.
Sounds fair enough.
And do it cleanly. Any trouble you incur will be on your own heads. However, you have a librarian with you, so I'm sure you'll find some way to do it very cleanly.
Of course. I wouldn't allow for any atrocities to be committed on my watch anyways.
Very good then.
We'll keep things above board one way or another.
All right, so
Pray, I suppose in the meantime, once the others sort the bodies, you can help identify them or you can identify any memorabilia they bring forward to place them in guilds.
Right.
That much should be acceptable, yes.
Fair enough.
Yep.
It's just another form of bookkeeping, I suppose.
do we do any rolls for this dead people recovery?
Yes, he's asking you to take the corpses out of the barrels, find out how many people are dead, or how many dead are here, and what guilds they belong to.
The question was if we're doing any rolls.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the roll?
I'd say Constitution and Perception checks from all of you whom are in fact dealing with the bodies, because this is unpleasant work.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Except Nim. He's probably dealt with enough foul meat.
Yeah, he kind of tosses most of it out. So Constitution and what?
Constitution and Perception.
He'll at least
Nice.
help look through.
Oh my god, why dice? Why?
Markov, this is grisly work. These men were axed after being killed. There's an unfortunate pool at the bottom of each barrel. Element, this makes you queasy, but you've seen dead before. The rest of you are fine. Element and Markov, you can search through these these bodies and generally assemble them. Like you can figure out which head belongs to which torso, and from there it's just matching pieces. In the pockets, generally found on the torso, if it's still in one piece.
Okay.
You can find emblems. Some do not have these, though.
Can I figure out what the emblems are, or what the emblems look like, and such?
With your perception rules, a number of these bodies seem to belong to the Orzhov Syndicate.
Okay.
Like, about 60% of these bodies are Orzhov.
Okay. I let the rest of the group know.
Yeah, element will head back and let people know too. Most of most of these the mutilated bodies are from Orzhov.
Hmm. I suppose they have the most money. They're basically bankers.
And on the note it said these people are going to be loaded, loot them, right?
Yep.
Yes. I guess that's clear enough motivation, but still curious.
I'm surprised they go after the Orzhov. Mostly just because, you know, as far as the guilds that tend to extract a price greater than what they're dealt, the Orzhov are kind of near the top of that list.
True, but at the same time, they can also be a very safe target, as half of them really couldn't care if they died.
I suppose you're right.
I dislike how much you're correct, Cray.
Although, I don't think it's so much that they don't care that they die. It's just, you know, death isn't a huge, scary thing to them.
It's more of an inconvenience.
Well, I suppose I have an answer to one question anyway.
You know, I can't help but wonder what if the bandits had actually managed to kill us, and they find out that we're actually not loaded with money. That Boros keeper will have been screwed. What was he?
You are correct, or they would have run into me and, well, considering if you soften them up enough, I could probably handle the rest. So, if that were the case, then that innkeeper would have made off like a bandit. A very sneaky bandit.
How disgraceful.
Yes. You know what? Any of you good with a crossbow?
Sadly,
Not particularly, no.
I am not trained in ranged weapons, sadly.
I mean, I think I have a spell that might do as a that might do in place of a crossbow, though.
Does a crossbow count as a simple weapon?
Yes, a light crossbow is what he's asking.
Ah. Should be simple enough to use.
Yeah, I think I can do it.
Great. And he's going to pull back his cloak and hand you a light crossbow with a single bolt in it.
Handing it to me, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Grandma would just be like,
neat.
What's that for?
This is frustration. I'm just getting angrier now that I'm thinking about it even more, how much he could have gotten away with this. That bolt is very, very good for killing. Let's just say if things turn messy, just use it. I'd appreciate it if you get it back to me, though.
How about we not go about handing individuals things for murder, and we instead...
Well, you are my employees. This is just insurance to make sure you can get back to me.
So, anyways, Cray, did you have an idea on how to convince the barkeeper to write you a note of any kind, considering that we've survived an assassination?
Yeah, if he showed up, he probably would just smash the door out this as soon as we knocked on it.
Not so. He probably doesn't know that we know.
Maybe not, but I can't imagine, regardless, that he'll be very open to seeing us regardless. He has
Also fair.
plenty of reasons to turn most of us away.
Considering he's still rebuilding his tavern and probably not taking clients, he'd probably give you a very cold shoulder.
Yeah, so I feel like getting him to write another note for us would be very difficult.
You assume many things.
Perhaps it's somebody so soft.
I'm just asking if anyone has a plan to basically get him to lower his guard enough
Well,
to do what we want him to do.
well,
I can appear on behalf of the Azuria Senate and state that he may have a claim for some of the damages that were done to his building, and that I would need a simple note stating that he was interested in pursuing said claim, as everything is needed in writing. Of course, a handwritten letter would be acceptable at such a point, and we could just expedite the process, as I am, in fact, a librarian with the Azuria Senate.
That sounds like it could work. Although, I still think we should figure out some way how to bust in, should he prove to be slightly more murderous than he seems like he would be.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think he finished rebuilding all his doors in the past 24 hours?
So if anything goes wrong, your plan is to run away.
I'll go with him. If anybody else from this group, he'd be least likely to turn away. It'd be me, because I'm also from Boros.
That is a good point. Yes.
So yeah, me and Craig will go to try and get his handwriting, and the two of you can stand behind in case something bad happens. That sounds like the most logical idea.
Graham will agree and be like, so where do we find you whenever this is all said and done?
Well, let's see. Generally, I spent a lot of time at his tavern, so I'll need to find a new place. Let's see. Where will I go now? I've been needing a new location since... He pauses and looks at Cray and says, I suppose I'll be at your library.
As he volunteers your library to himself.
It is a public space.
It is.
There are other librarians besides myself. I'm not the only one who attends it.
Well, no, but you know me. And therefore, thusly, I think I can...
Softly.
Well, if you would need to contact me, I can assume you will also be at the library fairly reliably, yes?
When I'm not out doing these work jobs, potentially.
Then I'll be at the library. Unless something's come up that needs my attention. From, let's say, 11 to 4. I'll try and make sure I'm there by then. There's
Sounds
probably
good.
plenty there to keep myself occupied with.
Graham will look at Cray and be like, I am actually curious about something. What made a librarian like you want to take on this kind of work?
I was given a summons, and it was a large amount of money. Many times, when this kind of work comes around, other guilds find it necessary to seek out a librarian for simple knowledge that not everybody has. Librarians are very good for these kinds of things simply for their knowledge. We can be linguists, we can be arcanists. There are very many reasons you'd want to take one of us into a dungeon of some sort. even if not for something conventional as fighting.
I get that. I was just curious if you had any other reasons for.
You're quite the
Again,
paranoid
guess
little
it's more-
guy, aren't you?
I'm just curious about why a librarian would find this kind of work enticing outside of the, the money aspect of it. Because, I would assume a librarian would be more
You also
for...
assume a lot about people.
Yes,
You assume a librarian is going to sit and read tales of valor while simply assuming nothing of himself and taking no opportunities?
Possibly.
Well, I will admit I do have some associates who are, as one would describe, shut-ins. I take my duties as an arcanist and as an informational expert for those who go dungeoneering very seriously, and I tend to enjoy it. It's nice not to be inside of a stuffy, quiet room every minute of the day, though the peace does sometimes... I miss it sometimes, depending on who I'm with.
Are you missing it? Are you missing it right now, by any chance?
Not yet.
Probably. I think that's the first thing you've ever said that made me dislike you less.
You just don't seem to like anybody.
No, just him.
You just push on everybody, though.
I mean, you're fine. The Boros guy is fine.
You wouldn't even eat the breakfast I made.
No offense, but whenever I see you pilfering corpses, I'm kind of naturally inclined to just assume that you're eating them.
Well, yes. Do you want the meat to just go to waste?
I think he's saying he does not want to eat corpses.
Oh, well, if that's what he's saying, I could just make him stuff without the corpse meat.
Yes.
Do you
So,
very,
vegetarian
very,
stuff.
very clear commute. Wait, hold on. Wait.
You know it's technically not cannibalism, right?
Do you cook corpses?
Meat is meat. Where else do you get meat but from a corpse? I mean, I guess you could chop. I guess you could chop somebody's leg off while they're still alive and then cook that. I guess that isn't technically meat from a corpse, but that just seems mean.
I get what you're saying. Please stop. I understand.
Well, leave it to the gruel.
To the who?
Never mind.
This doesn't really seem like a gruel thing, so much as just a wild animal thing to me. Although the cooking still baffles me.
Honestly, if that's more of a guild trait, it's more of a Golgari guild trait than any.
You are correct.
Oh yeah, gruel's the people that decided I would join them. They wanted to be my friends.
I feel like you might be slightly more at home where I live. There's a lot of other wolves and sentient creatures you could probably make friends with.
I had spoken him through the various guilds and shown him books upon them. He has decided he feels most at home with the gruel. In fact, if anything, he's a bit ambitious regarding them.
I mean, as far as the options available, they kind of seem like the most straightforward of them all. Everyone else seems to have their own little quirks and problems and ulterior motives and horrible things they do.
I mean, I don't really think the Grohl are that different. They're just a little bit more
They're
Open.
simple in
straightforward.
their.
They're straightforward and obvious with what they want.
To be fair, the convictions that you dislike could be said about any form of governance in the olden times.
What is governance?
It's a form of creating laws and rules that dictates a ruler, a body of government.
Like an alpha?
Yes, in some cases there are dictators and monarchs. In other cases, there is what is largely present in our society today, which is our Senate.
I see.
Oh, you mean those people that just have no idea what they're really doing and don't really have any enforcement of anything?
Well,
Yes.
Of course, they have enforcers.
Well, the enforcers
Now
are corrupt
who's
too.
making assumptions?
Oh no, that's what he told me about them.
The Azorius do have very much enforcement.
Oh no, they most certainly do. I think it's like an entire section of them that is dedicated to enforcing. They're just not really police in that same sense.
Out of character, I don't know how I could exactly convey this in character, but
They're like internal affairs.
the Azorius are like the FBI, CIA, and the Boros are like the police and the army, all wrapped up into one.
That makes sense. Stop! You violated the law.
Like, if there is an illegal affair going on, if it's, just common thuggery, you pull in the Boros. If it's something of high treason, you send in Azorius agents.
Like I said, they're kind of like they're like the FBI / internal affairs people.
Yeah, that's like I just said too.
The Demir are more like the CIA though.
I just realized this conversation's a little bit topical and we should probably move off of it.
Yeah. We've been going at this for like 10 minutes.
Yes.
Well, we should probably get ready to pay a visit to our previous employer.
Indeed.
I'll wish you luck in that regard. So,
Thank
do you want the crossbow, or should I take it back?
I would
I
recommend
mean-
keeping it.
I like my
Yeah.
crossbow.
Well-
You just want to disassemble it and figure out how it specifically.
Shut your
killing
mouth, you have
people.
no proof.
There
My,
is an old
my motives are
parable.
none of your concerns.
There's an old parable that says, "Hope for the best, but always plan for the worst."
Yes. Let's say that's the insurance against the worst, then.
Indeed.
Anyways, we've been standing here too long. Let's be off.
Yes. Curtains.
Zippity zooty, we're coming for the booty.
Yes.
Insert transition here.
Yes.
Zim, do the transition.
Have a transition?
Yeah, you know
Walking
the.
back out onto the streets.
I know the stream has a transmission.
Past. Oh yeah, Stream Raiders.
No.
No, oh,
Stream
I
Raiders
see
is on
what
for
you
another 10
mean.
minutes.
There you go. There you go. I did it.
Yeah, that thing. To the Zim Cave. Alright.
Go on, Dusty. Explain the scene. You do the DM thing.
Walking back out onto the street, not much time has passed. It's still generally sunny outside. You were in there for maybe an hour at most.
Most of that hour was just talking to the guy too.
Yeah, because combat is actually very fast in universe.
Imagine if combat actually lasted how long the each combat session takes. Everybody will just be running in slow motion.
Yes.
What is it? It's something like 10 turns for a minute to pass or something like that.
Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know how often combat takes more than 10 turns, but it's not super often, at least not at this level.
No. Certainly not.
It's D&D, the game where combat 5-minute combat takes 5 hours, and 5 hours of travel takes 5 minutes.
It depends on how much APM there is.
The only thing that happens in real time is the conversations.
Yep, conversation's the only thing that takes place in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, now that I realize I should probably heal myself, I'm going to use my whatchamacallit.
Yes, you are all still injured from fight. Those of you who were injured.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yes.
use laying hands on myself because I'm the most injured.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't.
Does anyone need like a lot of or a significant chunk of health? Because
I mean,
I'm currently missing half of my health.
I'm
Right.
currently.
I'll do a thing for you,
Guys, I've got 2 HP.
I got 9 HP.
I have 2.
Okay,
Nib's
fair enough.
okay.
I can give you half of my. I can give you half of my laying hands. I have other healing spells.
How much does laying hands do?
5 times level.
5 times level. We're level what? 5? We're level
3.
3. So you would only need to give me at most 2.
I'll give
Because
you
1 basically gets me up to full health.
I'll give you 7, and I'll take 8.
Oh, I see. You can split your 15 from your lay on hands.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you, yeah, I appreciate that. Give me 7. That puts me up to half health. Can anyone do 9 healing?
Maybe give me a second to check something.
Oh no, he has to do cleric things.
Yes. I know, it's super weird.
Can you say that in a cursive font for me?
He has to
Sure.
do
Squiggle,
cleric
squiggle.
things.
Hey, Gray, take
Alright.
that healing.
Okay, you did the thing. I no longer have to do the thing.
Yeah, take that healing, Gray. I saw how injured you were, and I decided to heal you.
Much appreciated.
Do you still need health?
I need 2, but other people need more, like Markov.
Yeah, some health would be pretty cool.
Alright. I shall cure wounds, yeah.
Yeah, Markov and Element are like at half, and I'm no longer at half, so don't worry about me too much. Silver is also kind of at half.
Alright.
If anyone has an AoE healing spell, that would be fucking dandy.
Sorry, don't have that prepared.
Damn you.
I'm a beat people cleric, not your heel slut cleric.
Please do not use that terminology. This is a Christian Minecraft server.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
You shall not pass.
I mean, that if it's Christian, then how do you explain Mary Magdalene being, a prominent Christian figure?
And moving on from this subject, can we
Yes.
get to the inn already and advance the story?
We're doing quick heals.
They are. Because they're beat up. Because
Actually, isn't Silver almost dead too?
He's halfway.
Okay.
Halfway.
A little less.
Well, Markov, you get 8. I guess I'll expend another spell slot to heal Silver. Silver gets 9.
I'll accept this. Everyone, there's one community lucky point, a reroll.
Yay.
What about a reroll?
We have a community reroll. So one of us gets to reroll something at some point.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, is that what my little gold star is? My little gold sticker?
No,
No.
that is an inspiration, and I'm not sure where you got it.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah,
have
no.
that.
I know. I was looking. I was like, what did I do to get that? I don't know.
Go to the
I'll probably
main
ask about it.
tab and
I got it.
uncheck the check marks at the top. But yeah, it's basically we get to re-roll one of us gets to re-roll a die at some point.
Yeah.
Who will it be? I wonder.
Oh, how long does it take to walk there? Tell me it takes at least an hour, so we can basically count as a short rest. Because I don't think walking necessarily
you
counts.
cannot. No, you cannot do rest during travel.
Unfortunately, it takes 10 minutes at most. This is not far away.
And even if it was an hour travel, it just would not count it for rest.
Darn. What we were doing with the corpses? No, that probably wouldn't count as light activity, would it?
Not really. Well, I mean, I suppose it wasn't hard, but the stench.
It was light activity for me.
It was not light activity. We have not had anything that would have given us a short rest.
I know. I was just making sure.
I'll also remind you, there is no time limit on this mission.
True.
You do not have to do it right away. You can rest. You all have an amount of wealth on you, and there are plenty of other taverns and food vendors if you care to just amble around for a moment and catch your breath properly.
That actually would be a good idea.
I mean, I don't think any of us get any benefits from it except for Graham. Graham would be the only one that would.
Yep, but I would get a spell slot back.
I would also get a spell slot back. I just use Cure Life Wounds.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, I wouldn't?
You need
wait,
a
no, that's
long
right.
rest.
Yeah, that's right. And I need to do my meditation in the morning for that. That's right. Sorry.
Actually, I think I would get some spell slots back. Yeah, I would get my spell slots back, but I don't really need them.
I need mine. I'm like, hey, let's just take a small break.
Nim's
before
too
we,
impatient.
Be like, to the rest of the party, it'd be like, let's hold up for a little bit, so if things go south, I can actually be fully helpful.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea. We just came out of an ambush after all. I'd love to eat something.
Ooh, okay. And Nim will go over to Elemin. Hold out your hand.
Elemin does.
And you have a loaded tortilla in your hand now.
My tortilla.
Oh, wasn't this that you bought yesterday? Or
Yes,
Okay, thank you. I'll Element will eat the tortilla.
It's basically a taco.
Yes.
Mmm. Element enjoys it.
Tis a fine tortilla.
Oh no, Wilhelm scream. What happened?
Probably Stream Raiders.
Alright, so, yeah, I guess we're doing a short rest.
All right. Short.
Short rest us, Digi.
You can go to the combat tracker. There's a menu button for you, Digi, and from there's a rest thing that you can do.
There it is. Rest. Short rest. Use your hit dice if you are so inclined.
If you're only a little bit away from healing, you might as well, because you're gonna get it back on the long rest. As long as you only use like one.
Looking at you, Element.
Why are you looking at me?
You're still injured.
Your health.
Yeah, that's true.
The hit dice that you recover at during a long rest, is it rounded up or rounded down? Because I know it's
Down.
technically half. Okay, so yeah, Element, you'd only get one back from your long rest.
Short rest.
No,
No,
short rest
you-
you can use a hit dice to heal, but
Ah.
whenever you take a long rest, you only can recover up to a maximum of half of your total hit dice, which was 3 for us right now, so that means you'll get 1 back.
Oh, wow.
Actually, it might be rounded up. I don't know. Fantasy Grounds takes care of that automatically for us. Markov
Wait.
should probably use it too.
Yeah.
Where even is my hit dice?
Main tab, down at the bottom in the middle. You'll see HD. Just click and drag one of those dice into the chat and it'll automatically apply the health.
Hey.
Is it HD?
Yes, that's what I
Yes.
said.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
Party's all healthy now.
Big health.
Haven't seen that in a while.
Nim and Silver are gonna eat 2 more of the tortillas.
Haven't seen that in a while. It's been one session.
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
even a
maybe
full
he was
session.
just hit at the beginning of the session, so maybe it feels like it was a really long time.
I feel much better now.
You are rested. It feels pretty okay.
Okay. All right. I think I'm ready. I'll definitely be a competent bodyguard now.
And so the party resumes their trek to the tavern.
Yep.
Sounds like it.
All right. Getting to the tavern, it's still in the process of repair.
I
What?
would imagine so. It's only been maybe half a day.
It's been a day because yesterday you cleared it out and today you've got this mission. So it's been maybe half a day to 3/4. Roundabout.
All right. Well, Graham will take up a position outside of the bar, so Cray and Element can go in and talk to the barkeep. but still be close enough that if shit goes wrong, he can just bust through the barkeep's doors again.
The workman asks if you have business being here.
I'm not standing right outside. I'm not saying like right outside of the bar. I'm saying like across the street.
Fair enough.
I can't imagine the streets that wide here.
I mean, but Cray and Element are approaching.
Oh, okay. So you're talking to them. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was spaced out for a second. What?
Party has elected you and Element to go forward and try to get to the man because there are workers working on repairing, and nobody but workers are allowed on site at the moment.
All right. Just walk up to the area where the workers are.
They ask what business you have here.
Yes, I'm here to see the owner.
He's not present.
Could you direct me to where he is?
They exchange looks and look back at you and says, "He'll be back when he's back." Unless you mean our boss?
No, we mean the owner of the inn.
Oh. He's back at his house.
Can you direct us there? I'm from the Azurius Senate. This is an individual from the Boros Legion. We are on official business.
They exchange looks once more. Roll persuasion if you're trying to convince them, or you're just flashing your badge.
Yeah, I literally pull out the symbol. I'm like, come on.
Element, would you join him in this?
Well, Element shows his Boros badge.
If words don't do the talking, the emblem does the talking.
Yeah.
Jesus, fine. All right. Boss man. There, the owner. And he will give you directions towards his current abode. A bit more towards the center of the district.
Makes sense. He probably never really even lived nearby this place. Likely a landlord of sorts. Anyways, let's get moving, Elvin.
Thank you.
Don't get me mixed up in this trouble.
Oh,
Graham
don't worry, it's
shall
not
follow
trouble.
them unless
Don't
they
worry.
go out the back or something.
Don't worry, it's not trouble. If anything, you may be getting paid from this.
Oh, neat.
He just continues walking off.
Yeah, Element follows suit.
Go to the address.
All right.
Okay, Graham is going to follow you guys, and point out to the rest of the party, hey, they're going somewhere. We should probably follow them.
I kind of imagine Graham walking around all sneakily with the Pink Panther theme playing in the background now.
Oh, Graham isn't trying to sneak. He's just following them.
Fair enough. I still say the Pink Panther theme though.
Dun 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 dun.
All right, so we go to the place.
Yep. The house itself is not particularly large, and they seem a bit clustered together. It seems more like a larger what could have maybe been once upon a time intended as an apartment complex, then changed into just a series of small, practically identical houses.
So flats.
Yes.
Hmm.
I didn't remember the term for it.
Walks up the stairs, glances around. No wonder he's resorting to the resources he does. He goes to knock on the door of said flat.
Yeah, Lemming is right behind you.
There's a grumbling from the other side as a familiar badger opens the door and looks down at you like, oh. You?
Ah, there you are, sir.
Lemming bows his head.
Oh, two of you. What are you doing here?
Well, after your little job, I found this individual to be quite dependable, and I've taken him on as my current enforcer, so to speak, but that's nothing to worry about. He's merely here for my protection. You understand how some of these places get. But I came here to offer you some assistance. After all, you were very generous with your payment regarding your inn. So I wanted to present you with this, and he offers him a scroll of paper.
Yes?
He's offering the scroll of paper.
He takes it. Okay.
It's blank.
Yes. Uh-huh. Go on.
Well, there's normally a lot of paperwork involved with things such as insurance, claims of that sort, and everything of that nature, but me being a librarian with the Azorius Senate, he shows him, of course, the emblem of the Azorius again. I can, of course, expedite such a claim and hopefully get you some payment for your recent transgressions that could help hopefully make the money back that you paid my companions and assist you with those repairs.
I mean, I'm already getting stuff back from from the goblin attack. However, adventurer damage is separate.
It simply requires a handwritten request. Of course, I will simply take it to the desk and put it on top of the pile. Trust me, it's a pile.
Oy. Alright, what do I write?
Just write something along the lines of, I, place your name there, have a claim to file regarding recent damages to the address of the property, regarding potential claims involving things such as goblins and potential additional damages by vagrants. Do not include names. And from there,
legal talk. I know this. And he just like puts it against the wall, takes out a pencil and starts writing in very non-direct, roundabout speech that takes half the page. There.
It's a good thing that they teach you things such as patience. I know most people couldn't really bear to write that kind of thing. But trust me, money is money at the end of the day, so it'll be worth it. Who knows, this could be worth 100 gold coins.
Well, we can only hope.
He gives a smirk and a nod. Anyways, I'll be off to send this for you. Again, thank you for your business.
Good luck with your inn.
My what? Oh, my inn. Yes. It's a tavern, but...
Yes, I was going to say. They're so similar, aren't they? And he just starts to walk down the steps.
And let me follow behind.
Oh, don't worry, I'll notarize this for you, he says as he opens it up and starts reading over it.
Cool.
And does the handwriting match?
Give me a quick perception check.
Hey, Dusty.
Yes.
I don't suppose this guy's got a vegetable garden or such.
No, it's a flat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flats don't really have backyards. Oh, well, that sucks.
You can use a reroll.
Oh yeah, I have a community reroll.
But
Though Elman rolled pretty good. As he's
Comparing
he's
the two
leaning over my
notes,
shoulder.
one is very short and direct. The other is very, very wrong and written in legalese.
Is it the same handwriting though? Like does he?
Element does see that letter to letter, yeah, this is just about the same.
yes, that is definitely the same handwriting.
Mm. Oh, then that's enough to hold up in a court of law. All right.
Well, it seems we didn't need that insurance after all.
Indeed. And then, well, let's head back to the library. And he just, like, kind of glances around for everyone else who's just kind of, like, casually hiding from Markov and Graham and everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He just makes, like, a gesture, like, you know, holds up a hand, makes it a circle. Like, it's that kind of hand gesture that's, like, almost like a regroup or let's roll out or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Something to that effect.
And then Gray's gonna start walking back towards the library.
And Element follows suit.
Graham shall follow them.
Now everyone is going to the library.
Yay.
Wonderful. We've not been there before. Many of you, anyway. This particular library. Pray, what is your library like?
Oh, I like how I'm describing this thing.
Well, this is your residence.
No, it's
So-
not. It's where I work.
Yes, it's where you work, but it's where you spend most of your time. And as I'm assuming you studied your guild, you would know how it should be, or I could do it.
I mean, yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
So you walk into this building, and it's a very, very tall and a bit ornate of a building. On the large, tall, very straight walls on the outside, there is likely a stained glass image of the center of the Usurious symbol, whereas on the outside there are likely giant, large metal gold-colored plates that make up the triangle that forms around it. And as you walk inside this very, very large place, which is almost built to look not quite like a cathedral, but very much like if you were to institutionalize a cathedral, so to speak. You know, it's less churchy and more big, straight government walls. Of course, it's still got that, you know, that sort of weird religious almost imagery that you see in government buildings.
It's kind of grand and opulent.
Yeah. You know, likely white marble, pillars, walls, all that kind of stuff. And as you get inside, you see it's a very open area. There are bookcases that go up for at least 2 stories. And there's likely a second floor that's not really a floor, but more like a series of catwalks that simply go between the bookcases. Of course, they're less catwalks and more, you know, they're made of wood with fine railings and things like that. There are various ladders that go all about. You likely see some forms of magic even in use here and there for cataloging books and things of the sort. But it's a very much open area where you can simply find a nice little place to... Of course, there's a front desk, a probably large, round area that has several librarians sitting at it and tending to it for any sort of request. Of course, there's all sorts of individual in here that would be literate. If you probably saw individuals here, they would likely be amongst the... Is it Simic? Possibly Selesnya. Obviously the Azurius, but most of those are the individuals tending the place with their fine robes and very official-looking garments.
Enemy is going to mention, there's a very fancy place.
Indeed, it's a home of knowledge. Knowledge holds many things for many sorts of people. In a way, it's almost sacred.
I can understand that.
Anyways, let's go find that kobold. Even inside this library, it may be difficult to find him unless he's waiting in an obvious spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
You're
there's
right.
definitely probably some Orzhov walking around in there too. They like their books.
Yes, they like to. They like their books and their laws, so they can abuse and annoy the Senate.
Basically. Hey, it's Jaffer.
It is Jaffer. How about that?
Oh no, not Jaffer.
Anyway, everyone give me a quick perception check to see if you can't spot that kobold. Morath, as he's called.
I'm going to shorten his name to Mori.
Is it perception or is it investigation?
Perception.
Okay.
You're just looking around to see if you spot him. Unless you'd like to ask other Orzhov if they've seen a kobold.
Well, I'd be asking the Azurius, thank you.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Also, I would like to focus my perception. I'd like to do 2 rolls. I'll do perception to see if I find a Mori, but I also want to listen in and see if I hear any of the Orzhov talking about me, or if they recognize me or anything else like that, just to be sure that I don't, someone doesn't just walk up behind me and try to break my kneecaps or something.
Anyone who tried to
haven't
do
done
that
anything
in an
too
Azurius library is suicidal.
I'm sure they'd make it look like an accident.
That would be very difficult for a bunch of book nerds.
They don't seem to be paying attention to you, and Graham, you find him first. He's by the front desk. He's pulled up a chair and he's reading something.
Yo!
Oh, you're back already, and not full of adrenaline. I assume it went very well then.
Well, I'm assuming that we're just here to confirm that the handwriting is the same. With some legal mumbo jumbo. I don't know. They didn't really explain what the hell happened. So.
I see. So then you have evidence. I'll leave it to you then.
Did you ever try to add slivers again?
Yes, he did.
My God.
Jaffer, I love you.
He's trying to do it. He's trying to do it when Redder's not here to object.
I think we all are already very well aware that slivers would be a terrible idea that would end us all.
I will make them the evil mastermind if he so wants them desperately to be in here.
They're not really a mastermind force. They're more of just a force of nature.
Alright. A Golgari force then.
Not Golgari. If they were to exist, they'd definitely be Simic.
Well, eating the Golgari's bodies, leftover bodies then.
Okay, let's move along then.
The Izzet would find ways to make AoE attacks enough that they could eradicate them.
They would by accident. They'd hurl a car engine at it and say, "Hey, that was quite the explosion." That's
The Izzet would find a way to make an automatic fireball.
It's like,
Just
how do we make a Gatling gun fire fireballs?
now. How can we give everyone in the city a lightning bolt at the same time? All right.
Fact, I have
Graham will look at Cray. So, did you guys do it? Like, what? Were you successful? What's the next plan? You just kind of seem to walk off. And Cray seems to be apparently dead.
I'm sorry, what was the question? I didn't know you were addressing me.
Graham was like, "So, you were. So did you get what we needed? Like, what's going on there?"
He offers
you just
him the
kind of like,
papers. Here's your smoking gun.
Alright, so how do we turn this into legally we beat the crap out of him?
Well, we have enough individuals to testify that this note was found on an individual's dead body who attempted to murder us. Since we have enough eyewitness testimonies and there's plenty of evidence to suggest said fact, we would simply need to take that to a court of law, have a trial, and justice would be done.
You see, as you're speaking, you see Graham's eyes just slowly glaze over with boredom.
Element half closed his eyes. You don't have to make it so obvious.
Of course, we could try to expedite things along and try to get a simple warrant for his arrest, and from there the courts would sort things out themselves. More or less. They may need a witness or two.
Can we just like have them like put a bounty on him and then like or just make it so we can like deal with him ourselves? I would prefer that.
The bounty would likely be for him alive. Though it would be more money.
Well, I don't think that I don't. Well, no, the guilds might put a bounty on him. He is killing off their people, so.
We do have the dead bodies and the various emblems as evidence.
Well, we don't know.
Let's do that. I like that idea. I want to beat this man up.
All right,
Yeah.
Elman. I mean, not Elman. Dusty.
Yep.
Make it
Well-
so.
Well, if he says that the bandits after him, he probably had connections with them before. He could be in on all this from the beginning, which will be very disgraceful to the Boros.
Yes, which is why we're basically gonna make it legal for us to deal with him. You know, then we can just spend some justice.
Yeah, you could have just said some Boros, and that would have been fine too. Sounds fine by me.
Yep, seems good to me.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, I think this would be a job for the librarian.
Yes. You would probably need to hand this off to a superiors, and they would then file it and see if the guild itself would put the money for the reward.
And if that doesn't work, I'll just let my guild know, and probably like 1,000 people will show up at this man's doorstep.
Not untrue.
Actually, that is a question. Were any of the bodies from the Selesnya?
There was an emblem there, but not a body. However, this emblem was found by a barrel. It'd probably fallen out during one of their transports.
That's all the proof they'll need.
You're worrying that maybe the all the proof they need indeed. I don't like to think this as revenge, but I really do want to see this guy face justice. But my life was in danger because of him.
Yeah, I mean, he is kind of like a blemish upon the entire Boros Guild, so I understand what you're getting at.
Yes, a blemish that must be banished with fire.
Although there's also although there is also another option. If all else fails, we just let the Orzhov know, and they will for sure take care of him. I mean, killing their members is one thing, but stealing their money?
This is true.
That is true. It's something I can't. It's something I can't fathom myself, but it is true.
Again, I don't want to go that option, but I'm not gonna let this guy is not gonna get away. He's hurt all the guilds.
Yeah. So
at least a little bit.
Yeah. So what should we do first then?
I think we should eat.
I really doubt there's a place to eat in the library there, Nim.
Cray's got a kitchen. I can make something.
Is there a kitchen in the library? How far away is Cray's place from here?
Well, my place, it's a bit of a walk away. It's just down the Trans Guild Promenade a bit, a few blocks.
Okay, not that far away.
Alright, well, hold on. Are you inviting everyone to my house?
Yeah. So I could cook for them.
Why don't we find a public kitchen or something?
Is that a thing?
You think they're gonna let a wolf use their some restaurants gonna let a wolf use their kitchen?
You honestly think with such guilds as the Selesnya and the Simic and the Gruul, and in some cases even the Golgari, that people have a prejudice against sentient animals? Especially the Selesnya.
I mean, but we're not talking about a place in Selesnya. We're talking about a place in I guess if it was going to be anywhere, I guess it would be the basically the highway for that basically links all the places where we live.
Mm-hmm. Either way. So if we have to go to some sort of restaurant and ask them to borrow the kitchen, that will be awkward.
Yeah, I mean, just aside from, but I guess it can't hurt to talk since Cray doesn't want to share his living space with us.
He's got a lot of really nice pillows.
Pillows are good, I suppose.
So anyways, where are we going to be going if we're going to be eating?
Someplace where you can cook.
Hey, follow me. I know the way.
Not my place.
He's gonna have already left and headed towards Cray's place.
Graham will just look at Cray and be like, "Well, I guess we're going to your place.
You can all sit outside.
That now, what kind of host would that make you? You want to make poor Nim look bad?
I don't know if he can do that.
Anyways, I mean, if you really don't want to bear witness to it, I suppose you could just deal with getting that bounty placed on the barkeep.
The comfort of your own home would be the best place to do that on, I imagine.
To do what on?
Get the stuff ready to get to. We're gonna try and get him arrested, no? Or get him to get a
guild sanctioned bounty put upon his head.
Yeah,
We have all the evidence we need. We just need to go and simply make a claim.
We can. You know what? I'll go with you. I'll go with you. We can. I want to get this taken care of as soon as possible.
I'll go with you too. But what are we gonna do with him? He's expecting us to follow him.
Tim's already halfway down the street with Silver.
I think he'll be fine.
You know, I think we might actually want him to be with us when we do all this stuff.
Well,
Because
we're just it's the boring, bureaucratic nightmare that the Azurius have, placed upon the world.
Hey, Dusty.
Yes.
I'd like to contact my good friend, the Legal Eagle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, no, the Legal Eagle would absolutely be Azurius.
All of us. All of us. All of us.
Oh, our game is so weird and I love it.
Me too.
The Legal Eagle invites you to his office to make your claim.
I don't remember when the Legal Eagle went Super Saiyan.
Yeah. What a twist, that golden arrow. What a twist. And
Well,
how
we
he
should-
screamed a man out of his house. How he
We should collect Nim first, though.
yes, before he goes too far.
I mean, he's not gonna stop until he eats. Let's face it.
Not only eats his fill.
That dog goes on his own pace, so I
mean, he doesn't eat that much.
He can.
I mean, unless you're afraid of what he'll do to your house while you're not there. Well, no, I guess that's a very valid worry.
Wait, can he even enter your house without you?
No?
That you know of.
I feel like he'll find a way through your front door, if it means cooking. He seems to really like cooking.
I feel you assume my front door is nothing more than a plank of wood.
You know, even if it's not a plank of wood, I'm not sure how much magical abuse your door was designed to take.
Specifically designed to take magical abuse. I'm Azurius.
Really? You make that much money?
I'm Azurius.
How about hammers?
How about what?
Oh, hammers.
Again, that goes back to my first statement. You simply assume that my door is nothing more than a plank of wood.
What is your door made of then? that you have a very sturdy door.
There are doors that exist that are made of reinforced metal that are common. Especially thanks to the smithing guilds.
Aren't we a bunch of like low-ranking guild members? How is anything of yours reinforced anything? This is out of character that I'm asking this.
Oh, I mean, I could easily throw out a backstory.
that doesn't. I don't think that quite explains your apparently fortified living arrangement.
Hashtag no meta. All right, here, let Mr. Dusty, as the GM, would you think it would be reasonable for me to have a fortified living arrangement that is both magically and physically fortified?
Considering your
backstory-
parents, I would say yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Good to me.
So my apologies. It's not going to be that easy. It's not me trying to spite you guys from breaking into my house. It's that Cray lives kind of secure. For reasons I can't divulge, because that would ruin the fun.
I mean, it's not like I was trying to break into your house. I'm just curious.
No, I know, but I'm not trying to shut anyone down. But this is kind of something I have thought about.
Well, if he actually can't enter your house, then maybe he'll just come back to us. But then he wouldn't know where to go, I imagine.
Well, that or he'll try to break into the neighbor's house.
Oh, dear. Yeah, that sounds...
I would assume that wherever you're living, it's probably the same kind of social status of people.
Yeah, I try to live in Azurius neighborhoods. Right now, we wouldn't be in any...
what all of you think Nim will do.
I think he's gonna start casting fireballs or something at the door until it burns. Or find a way to just start a fire in front of Cray's house to cook this food on.
I'm not
Finally, somebody got it right.
Wait, what?
If Nim can't get to the kitchen, he'll just make a fire in front of the house.
To cook the food, apparently.
Exactly. Because at this point, he's definitely out of sight. Along with Silver.
So should we pick up Nim or should we just go to whatever we have to go?
I think we should collect Nim after we deal with, getting the claim made and the bounty placed.
Sounds good to me. Let's go to it then.
Lead the way, Mr. Librarian.
As soon as everybody's ready.
I lead them to my house.
Oh.
Such reluctance.
Or at least to where Nim would be.
But I thought we weren't going to do that. Oh well.
Why wouldn't we? I'm sorry. I must have just mentally disconnected.
Yeah, we were saying that we will pick up Nim after we go put up the bounty.
So
I would say let's get him first.
So Nim would have found the place. How close together are the neighbors, or are there sizable yards between them or anything?
I'd say there are sizable yards between them, considering the location. Very secure, but very peaceful. Very secure.
Okay. So Nim would have found the way over to the neighborhood. But he goes into the wrong house.
Oh. Yeah, that there he is.
How does he get into that house?
Probably breaks in, doesn't he?
Well, is the door unlocked?
No.
Okay.
This is a very secure neighborhood.
He would assume, I mean, you know, it would be okay, logical to assume that it wouldn't be, so. Let's see here. Did I actually pick up that spell? Yeah, I did.
You picked up knock, didn't you?
No.
I don't think knock opens locked doors, though.
Nim's gonna back away. I mean, yes, it does. That's literally what knock does. He's gonna back away and cast Shatter on the front door.
Delightful. Okay, now, this is a generally reinforced neighborhood, right, Cray? Like, very secure, yes.
I mean, I don't know how other people live their lives. I know Cray lives his life a little bit lock and key. I don't know if his neighbors are the same level of security driven that he is.
Well, again, I would assume that they're the same, at least near the same social status as you, so I could only assume that they would be of a similar mindset, or not that far from it.
When it comes to security, at least. I mean, good security is always good if you can afford it.
Actually, we'll hold off on that for a moment. Okay, never mind on that. He won't actually be casting to break in, but he is currently sitting on the porch of one of the neighbors. It's up to you whether or not it's in view of them going to Cray's house.
Wait, what? Sorry, did you say that's up to me, or were you talking to the DM?
DM.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Sure. It can be in view of the house, but fire is a fire. All I can say is interesting choice. All I can say.
Well, I rolled a history check to see if he'd find the right house. But yeah, he's How long would you say he has before the others show up?
See, you'd think he'd recognize Cray's scent and be able to track it like that.
That's assuming a lot. That's like how much effort he's going to put into this.
He's very excited about getting to cook for people. It's been a while. The Gruul aren't exactly keen.
Chefs.
Yeah, they're not exactly chefs. They don't really care about fine cuisine like he does.
Yes, you would get in the general area of Cray's house. Probably even next door.
Okay, well, what I'm trying to convey is, would Nim have enough time to start up a fire in the front yard of this other house?
Yes. Yes, he would.
Okay. He doesn't have firewood with him. Does there happen to be a pile of firewood in the yard somewhere?
Not a pile of firewood, but there is a
tree?
lawn.
Is there a tree in the lawn?
Certainly not clear, but I'm
In a
trying.
nearby lawn, but not that one particular. Not
Sure,
that
put
one
it
in
on the big
particular.
kitty.
Huh. Okay, he'll go to the nearby lawn and start trying to chop down the tree with, probably just his, radiant bolt. So you guys will probably come on him, throwing, cantrips at the, a tree in one of the neighbors.
Huh.
All right.
All right. They'll arrive to this. Would you like to stop him from destroying other people's property, or would you observe in awe that he's actually just doing this?
So I'm sorry. Once again, is he saying what he's
Throwing
doing exactly?
cantrips on a tree on someone else's lawn to break
cut
it apart for
down.
firewood.
He's basically trying to like cut down a tree with a gun.
Cray just like kind of like gives a sideways glance to Elliman, like slightly concerned Elliman might just go and like shank the wolf.
Enemy's eyes are twitching. This is unacceptable.
Nim! Nim!
Huh? What? Oh, hi!
Hi! You're making the Boros here upset.
Huh? What? Why? I'm trying to get wood.
Elman, do you want to tell him?
Can you describe this? Could you describe the scene one more time, please?
Zim is casting basically a firebolt, but that's doing radiant damage at a tree to cut it down. It's kind of like taking like an assault rifle or a pistol and like literally trying to cut down a tree with it.
Could you please stop blasting radiant damage towards that tree? I would appreciate it if you stop doing that.
But where am I supposed to get the wood? Cray's house was locked.
Adam stay silent for a moment.
Sorry, what was that?
He's staying silent for the moment. He's just glaring at you disapprovingly.
And Nim is completely oblivious.
Graham will be like, "So, Cray, are sentient animals? How does the law treat them?"
He seemed to be missing both the DM and Cray for some reason.
Sorry, I'm back because I was told there was going to be dinner and an optional movie, so I guess I can't join them for that, but I could at least get dinner.
Also, sorry, I'm a bit spacey. I have a friend who's kind of anxiety texting me, and I'm just trying to calm them down a little bit.
Ah, I see. Perhaps.
Repeat the last thing.
Graham was asking you, like, so, what does the law say about sentient animals?
If they're in a guild, they're guild members.
That is true. They are guild members if they're in a guild. There are many laws that apply to guild members, some of which apply to sentients. It really depends on the law in question.
How about chopping down some rando's tree for firewood?
Vandalism is one of those strange gray areas because there's certain expectations of animals.
As Dim is
Going
still
back
just shooting fire.
I'm not sure how this one would hold up. He is Gruul. Everyone would just roll their eyes at that. There's a question to be made on whether or not he's upholding his guild's standards right now. But at the same time, it's Gruul, and they're kind of strangely not a recognized guild, more or less.
Yeah, they're basically grandfathered in. I get it.
Yeah. So
Elaming is going to try to explain to him that he cannot chop the tree in front of him with whatever he was using because it's somebody else's property.
So really, guild law wouldn't apply to him in that case. So it would really convert over to conventional law. So in other words, this would probably be taken as vandalism.
Yep.
What do you mean? People own trees?
Yes.
People own land, and this tree is part of somebody's land.
At least here they do.
Oh. Well, okay. He trots over.
How much damage has been done to the tree at this point?
I think it's probably on its last leg. It hasn't fallen over already.
It's in. There are limbs splintered and burnt. This is a disaster.
Like, how close is it from, like, literally falling over?
Alright.
Like, I guess there's a lot of things to determine here. One, how big was it? Two, was Nim namely going for branches and stuff, or was he going to literally chop the thing down from the trunk?
It was going for the trunk.
He was going for the trunk, so he's literally trying to timber this thing.
Well, I have been given an ultimatum on a side note.
What's that?
The movie won't start until I get over there.
Are you trying to end early?
I guess I have to.
Oh Lord.
Apparently it's something about some attack of giant pterodactyls. It sounds like a B-rated movie, but they're waiting for me.
Sounds like a C-rated movie.
Perhaps the alternative choice was something to do with giant ants.
Sharknado?
No.
I know.
It can't be.
It cannot be.
All right. Well, I guess we're ending early.
Wop wop wah.
Sorry. Since there's basically like plenty of content left to go through, I can play next week.
Yeah,
if you want.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we'll do it next week.
All right.
Next week we'll solve the dilemma of the tree.
The dilemma of
The tree is dead. There is no question about that.
No,
That's not necessarily
dead, Jack.
true.
It's dead, Jack.
Okay.
Trees be crazy.
Trees be crazy, apparently.
You can,
Especially when you shoot them with magic multiple times.
no, you can literally flip a tree upside down and it will grow that way.
It will. That's why I said it's not necessarily dead. Like, just give it a little bit of life magic, it'll keep going.
Might not even have to do that. It might just keep going on as it is. Depends on how much.
I'm not sure if Cure Light Wounds will be enough, and I don't have laying hands anymore.
I could try mending. that might fix the tree.
I mean, mending would probably work pretty well, yeah.
I'd have to use it multiple times, but I think
Oh,
is
easily.
mending a cantrip or is it a spell?
It's a
think it's a
cantrip,
spell.
but it would not work on a living creature.
Well, is a tree
Is it-
living creature?
Of
Yes.
course it is.
I guess technically it is living, but
It's
Hmm.
living, but it's also like a lot of its body would be
It
considered
would not.
inanimate.
It would not be covered by mending. That said, if Nim did manage to kill the tree, you could mend it back together and then leave the people to wonder why their tree is randomly dying, and just and
Hold
that
on.
might take at least a couple months.
Hold, you know what? Actually, hold on. I wanna look this up. Google.
Right, boo?
Dusty, you can go. I'm gonna Google.
All right. Have
After
fun.
I'm refunding that because we are done for the evening. Thank you all so much for joining us for Guild Tales Dungeons and Dragons. As we've said, we will be back next week with more. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, all those good things there on the website, as well as down in the description below. Do consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best places to support the channel, though you can also support us by grabbing some merch from the website, there's a link down in the description below as well. And you can also share the stream around. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. You guys are the ones that keep this stream going, so thank you so much for your support. But for now, thank you for joining, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye!
Okay.
Ha-ha!
Okay, so what are you Googling, Craig? Or Moriarty?
I'm googling.